Delhi woke up to a blanket of toxic smog this Diwali morning as air quality plunged into the very poor category. According to the Central Pollution Control Board, the city recorded an alarming AQI in spite of restrictions. Widespread bursting of firecrackers led to a sharp spike in pollution levels, triggering severe noise pollution and choking the national capital in thick smoke. The Delhi government had already enforced GRAP 2, but with worsening conditions, the air quality remains under severe stress. Authorities have advised people to stay indoors, avoid outdoor activity to protect themselves from the toxic air.
Experts were continuously speaking that there is years of hard work by the policy makers and more so by those who created campaigns to create awareness around firecrackers as to how we need to reduce such festivities. While our belief, our faith is in place, we have a tradition of bursting firecrackers, but there was a lot of awareness as well over the years which had generated. When this ban on the a blanket ban on the firecrackers was removed, what we saw is the market was flooded with all sorts of crackers. You know, everybody was speaking about this, the fear that while you have allowed the green crackers, this is opening of the floodgates that the government agencies will not be able to handle. And that's what has happened. We have seen in all the neighborhoods that you live around in NCR. Why blame only the Delhi authorities? You know, you have Haryana, you have Uttar Pradesh. So because of that, the numbers are speaking. And even if you're not looking at the AQI monitors, you can feel the difficulty in breathing that people have gone through through the entire night. This is the CPCB data, and Delhi is showing very poor category air quality at this point in time, which is in red. And what is to be noted out here is that it is the very October where you had the air quality in the green shade, and it shifted eventually to yellow shade because of the weather conditions, which is already not in favor of the national capital. And now, after the Diwali festivities, it is at 352. After, as per the latest data of the CPCB, after 8 a.m. in the morning. And four neighborhoods of the national capital are in severe category at this point in time. And Bhavana happens to be the most polluted area of the national capital. Jahangir, Puri, Bhavana, all of these areas are in severe category. 32 out of 35 AQI meters in the national capital are showing red signals. So either they are in very poor category or severe category. The rest three are in poor category at this point in time. Many would argue that, this happens year after year. Why blame Diwali festivities? What is to be noted is that earlier you also had the Parali menace happening across North India, and with that the fireworks in the northern India, more so in Delhi, would lead to gas chamber like situation.
दिल्ली और एनसीआर के लोगों ने दिवाली की रात जमकर आतिशबाजी की। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ग्रीन पटाखों से बैन हटा लिया था, जिसकी वजह से पटाखों की दुकानें खुली, जमकर खरीदारी हुई और उसके बाद आतिशबाजी हुई। देर रात तक जगह जगह से पटाखों की आवाज़ें आती रहीं और उसका नतीजा सीधे दिल्ली और एनसीआर के जो हवा है उस पर पड़ा है। AQI 500 के पास पहुंच गया और ये बेहद ख़राब स्थिति है। हालांकि AQI पहले ही जैसे जैसे टेम्परेचर कम होना शुरू हुआ था, AQI बढ़ना शुरू हो गया था और जो बारिश के मौसम में 100 के नीचे AQI था, वो धीरे धीरे 300 और 300 के पार भी कुछ इलाकों में पहुंच गया था। लेकिन दिवाली की रात जो आतिशबाजी हुई, उसका असर ये देखने को मिला कि कई इलाकों में 500 के पास AQI पहुंच गया था। हालांकि हवा चल रही है और उसकी वजह से कई ऐसे इलाके हैं, अगर हम एनसीआर की बात करें तो नोएडा में, इंदिरापुरम में 400 के नीचे AQI है। हम लोग अक्षरधाम पे मौजूद हैं और यहाँ पर AQI 400 के ऊपर है। हालांकि अगर हम दिवाली के दिन की बात करें तो यहाँ पर 300 के ऊपर करीब AQI था, जो कि 400 के ऊपर पहुँच गया है। लगातार नज़र बना के रखी जा रही थी, पुलिस की कोशिश थी, तमाम एजेंसियों की कोशिश थी कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट की जो गाइडलाइन है उसके तहत जिन पटाखों की बिक्री अलाउ की गई है वही पटाखे बेचे जाएं, लेकिन कई जगहों पर देखा गया कि ग्रीन के अलावा दूसरे बैंड पटाखे भी बेचे जा रहे थे, जिन दुकानदारों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई की गई।
Amit Bhardwaj getting in more details on that big story that he is joining, with us right now on this morning. Amit, this is also predictable, so predictable that we don't even know what to do any longer. I mean, we have the imposition of GRAP 2. I think we would be gradually moving to GRAP 3 given the situation. Talk to us about how bad things are, in compared to last year and the year before that. What are the authorities saying? What are the measures now that they will have to undertake instantly so that there is some relief for people living in Delhi?
Sneha, we could look for some temporary solutions or temporary relief for sure, because the wind speed is better. So that could bring some sort of relief as the day progresses and the AQI levels could come down slightly. That's what we can hope, at least right now. The other weather conditions are also indicating that the Delhi government has been planning of having artificial rain in the national capital. So the weather conditions might just also create a situation where the artificial rains could be actually conducted as well. But for that, we'll have to wait for the experts to give the green signal to the Delhi government authorities and all other nodal authorities working together in tandem to make sure that that artificial rain happens. But that would be a temporary relief to the people of Delhi. Why we are saying that is that if you look at the data sets of different years, or rather past 5 years of Diwali itself, it was in 2022 when you had Diwali in October, and this year as well we have Diwali similarly around that time only, in 2025 as well. This is important to note because usually you would have Diwali happening in November, which adds on the difficulty for the Delhiwalas because the entirety of North India is also at that point in time struggling with the Parali menace, the stubble burning problem. Right now, comparatively, you could say that the Parali menace is yet to reach its peak at this point in time. But having said that, the climatic conditions are not in favor of the national capital, or for that matter areas which are notorious as far as the air quality or pollution is concerned. So the experts were already saying that given the climatic conditions, it's going to be a difficult winter for the Delhi residents in context of air pollution. Now, along with that, because in the past 5 days we saw as to how the air quality was plummeting. And with the firecracker bursting Diwali festivities, suddenly you see a spike there, surge happening in the national capital. And if we speak of the data, because we are even at this point in time waiting for the latest data to come from the central database, which is the CPCB, and you don't have updates really after 8 AM. So till 8 AM it was at 352 for Delhi, with 4 areas being in severe category.
That's right. The sense really is to tell our viewers that if you are living in Delhi, then it is equivalent to smoking at least 50 cigarettes in a day. So there is no questioning of your claiming that you don't smoke, because that's what experts say. You are in fact smoking as many cigarettes. And to tell our viewers at this time of the year, we do put the spotlight on this matter, but Delhi otherwise also throughout the year has got very polluted air. Amit, I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Taking our viewers to 6 Diwalis and 1 smoky pattern of PM 2.5, very fine particulate matter. To tell our viewers how things were over a period of time as far as 2020 is concerned, at 664, that is the AQI reading that I'm getting our viewers on. 2019, this was the time just before COVID. So COVID had no impact on Delhi's air at that point in time. During Diwali, it stood at 581. These are 2 years that we're getting you the data of. Of course, the source is CREA and CPCB, which is the Central Pollution Control Board. 2022, 2021, 534. On Diwali day, that's the AQI. Look at the days before. Of course, the AQI hovering around the 200 mark. 2021, it reaches a peak of 744. Of course, the days around Diwali were pretty static in that sense, were of course high. 2024, which is last year and compared to the year before last, is 608. That is the AQI on Diwali day. Otherwise, hovering around 200. Of course, increases after Diwali day as well, and the same pattern here, it's increased after Diwali day, but on Diwali day stands at 569. So once, remember, on Diwali day when the firecrackers are lit, that spell of bad air continues over a period of time. That's because there is in fact very little wind speed for the gases to be dispersed in that sense. So even after Diwali, we continue to get very bad air days in Delhi city.